Construction complete.
Good day. When it comes to adapting franchises for video games, Star Wars has got to be one of the best. Why? Because to portray the Star Wars, you can show it from many different perspectives and thus use it for many different genres. Like the FPS genre, you can show the war from the ground. Or the fight sim genre, and you can show it from space as an X-Wing pilot trying to destroy a capital ship. Or you can show it from the RTS standpoint. Because let's face it, a real war requires strategy. It requires planning and it requires intelligence other than just shooting things in front of you. Here we have Star Wars Empire at War. This is one of many Star Wars RTSs, and as far as I know, the latest one to be released. Now, as you can see, in this game you can play both on the land and in space. And both actually are played more or less identically. Now, there are 3 different game modes. There is the campaign, where it follows the story showing the rise of the rebellion. And then there is Galactic Conquest, where you can play as either the rebellion or the empire. You can try to free the galaxy as the rebellion, or try to conquer it as the empire.
Broadside cruiser reporting. Attacking! Cruiser reporting. Cruiser reporting. Enemies in range. Cruiser online. Enemy forces sighted. Tartan cruiser reporting. Attacking. Sir, Go after the staggers. Another attack. Awaiting your command. Awaiting command. Concentrating firepower. Ready. Fire for maximum effect.
Basically, this is probably the most fun mode in the game. Essentially, you actually conquer the galaxy in a fairly realistic way. Each planet that you can control has to have a certain number of buildings that you then use to produce the units that you want. You have to have an upgraded star base to, of course, produce the higher level ships. You have to have upgraded ground facilities to produce higher level ground units. And you have to use both space and ground units to conquer planets. Before you can conquer any world, you must, of course, defeat their space fleet. But that doesn't mean you win the world. Instead, you have to land on the planet and conquer it on the ground. And of course, once you conquer a planet, you can have more credits, have more buildings, and things of that nature. It's a highly dynamic mode of play, and it's quite enjoyable to say the least. And then finally, you just have the generic skirmish maps, where you can either play in space or ground. The multiplayer for the game is fairly good. You can do Galactic Conquest competitively, and you can do just skirmish maps. The graphics for Empire at War are really quite good. They, of course, have aged a bit in the intervening years, but for the time, they looked pretty damn impressive. One of the best aspects of this game, though, when it comes to graphics, is the fact that you can toggle a cinematic camera. That way you don't have to look at it from a god's eye perspective, and instead go right into the action, and damn is it entertaining to watch. In the end, I am actually a pretty big fan of Star Wars Empire at War. In fact, this was the RTS that actually got me into RTS games, and is one that I cannot recommend enough. And so, this is John, signing off.
We are victorious.